have to ask you about this brouhaha following the comment by Hillary Rosen, a Democrat, when she said that Ann Romney, quote, has never worked a day in her life. What do you make about the response and the reaction that that remark has had?
I found it very dispiriting because we all know what Hillary Rosen meant. What Hillary Rosen was saying was that if Mitt Romney wants to understand what real life is like for so many women, he shouldn't talk to his own wife, who raised 5 boys with a lot of resources. He might want to talk to the woman who's raised 5 boys and has to lock them into her apartment in the projects at night so she can go out and clean office buildings. That's the reality of life in America for lots and lots of moms, and I think it was pretty clear that that's what Hillary Rosen was trying to say.
Speaking of women, I mean, women's rights have been center stage in this presidential election, including the right to birth control. I'm wondering if you were as kind of outraged as many of us might have been when you see 4 male presidential candidates discussing birth control.
Look,
Did that make you crazy?
I'm on the National Board of Planned Parenthood and very proud to be on that board. But closer to the ground, here's another thing. I've written 17 books. I've done a number of different columns for different publications. I would never have been able to do that if I had not been able to decide when and whether to have children. It's as simple as that. That's a right that American women take for granted. And bottom line is no politician is going to be able to change that.
You have a pulse on what's going on in the country because you hear from your readers and you write for your readers. What do you make of what's going on in the country when we're having a debate, such as a debate about birth control and what should be covered and what should be not covered?
So one of the things that people try to do is to put the genie of female freedom back in the bottle. Not going to work. We know too much. But it happens over and over again when people feel as though the world is spinning too quickly for their comfort level.
And yet we had, 4 male candidates. Michelle Bachmann was in, but then dropped out. So my question is, what is it going to take when we see more women on that stage in a presidential race and potentially even a female president in this country?
I'm optimistic about a female president.
You are?
Oh yeah, I really am.
I like
First
that.
of all, I think any questions about can she do it have been obliterated forever by Hillary Rodham Clinton, who has been such an able standard bearer for all of us now around the world. So I think that has been taken care of. However, the one thing I will say is that it's still materially more difficult for women to raise money for political races than even their dopiest male colleagues. Because people like the idea of a sure thing, and the sure thing is still a white man of a certain age. So it's going to take a little more time to break through that barrier, but I think we're going to do it in our lifetime.